So what is going on, everyone? This is Fabi here, and today we are going to unbox the iPad Air Smart Case. So as you can see, this is the black leather model. Now, with the iPad Air Smart Case, you don't really have the option of a polyurethane case anymore. Apple canceled that, and whether that's for the good or the worse, we don't know yet, but I would like to say that the price of this is quite high. You can get one of these for 79 bucks, but from the reviews I've seen, it's much better than the polyurethane iPad 4, iPad 3, and iPad 2 case or smart case, so that is quite a thing. But the fact that Apple removed one of the flaps from the smart case, now only having 3 instead of 4, makes it much less desirable as a stand when you're writing or when you're watching movies, and you will see what I'm talking about in just a few minutes when we will mount this on my iPad Air. So now let's dive straight into the unboxing, and as you can see, in order to unbox it, you need to pull this tab right here on the back side. It's quite easy. You just have to pull this little tab over here like this. It takes a little bit of force, but you'll be able to get it done, and then I think you can flip it over and sort of push this tab up from the back side. Here we go. You just pull this little plasticky thing up, and then you'll be able to get to the case. As you can see, the case is over here. This is the leather model, as I've talked about. This is the black model only because I didn't want this to get dirty or anything. I've had previous experiences with Apple 5S cases and even with iPad mini or iPad mini Retina cases, and they all get dirty when they're not black, and because this is the black model, it has less of a chance of getting dirty. So now looking at the case here on the front side, you can see we have 3 tabs, which is one of my complaints about this stand. It won't be as stable when you will use it as a stand for your iPad, so that's kind of a big disappointment. Here on the back side, we have an Apple logo. Here we have a mic opening, the camera opening. Here on the upside, we have a microphone jack opening and the power button. Also on the right side, you can see that we have a mute switch opening and 2 volume rocker openings. Here on the downside, we've got the lightning connector and 2 speaker grills. When you take a look at the case on the inside, here you can see on the top part we've got a different finish for the 3G antenna so that the signals can get through. Now, in order to mount your iPad, all you need to do is to open the case, get an iPad obviously, and prop it right in. I would personally suggest to pop it in on the right side first, because there's where the volume rockers are, and just sort of push it right in there. As you can see, it stays in there firmly. These edges don't really come off as easily, and you can even sort of place this iPad upside down and it won't fall down. Now, one of the features of this case is the ability to actually turn on your iPad through magnets. So in order to do that, you just have to pull the flap up, and as you can see, the iPad is up and running obviously, and if you put it down, you can hear the noise. There you go. Now, it has a little bit of a bug when you open it. It shows a black background first, but that should be something that will be ironed out in the next iOS releases. So now let's take a look at some of its other features, more notably the stand features. So the first one I would say is this one. You can actually pull the tab like this in a triangle, as you can see over here, and pop it right down on the table, and you have a very good sort of typing stand where you can just type, and it is a more comfortable sort of angle than just a plain simple, you know, flat on the table position. The other one is to pull it again in triangle and put the iPad like this and put it in landscape mode, so it will be a perfect movie watching landscape orientation stand. Now, one of the problem with these is the fact that it kind of isn't very solid. So for example, you can see I can press the screen with no problem. It kind of flaps, but it doesn't really fall, but if you push it quite hard, it will fall on the table. Now, one of the other issues is the fact that when you put it in the keyboard orientation, or what I would like to call the writing or typing orientation, it's kind of low. You can see it doesn't really have a nice high angle. It's more of a flat angle. It's still much better than flat on the table, but it's not something really good. And as you can see here, you can press as hard as you want, it's not really gonna fall, so that's not a big problem. Anyway guys, this has been the video. I hope you guys like it. If you did, make sure to like this, share it with your friends on Facebook and on Twitter, subscribe for more content, and make sure to stay tuned because I will post a comparison with the iPad 2, 3, and 4 smart cover and a full review of this on my channel very soon. So peace out guys, peace, have an awesome day, stay tuned.